Howdy, Internet. Today we're stringing an Ibanez banjo for obvious reasons. I would have done this yesterday, but I was trying to get a hold of the customer because I sold him a set of strings. I sold him these DR banjo strings, and then when I opened the case to string the banjo, there was already 3 sets of strings in there. So I called him to see if he wanted to use the strings that were in there, and he said no. Just use the strings you sold me. I'll keep those in there for spares. So I'm glad I did, because I wanted to wait for him to let me know, or else I would have just put one of his strings on, one of his sets on, and that's not what he wanted. When I string banjos, I do it one string at a time. The reason is, if you pull off all the strings, the tension of the head will push everything up, and you have to fight it to push it back down. So again, with instruments with strings, everything's under tension. Also, the bridge itself is loose, so if you pull off, and that's in a specific spot that sets the intonation, so if you pull off all the strings, this could move. So I like to do it one string at a time to keep everything in place and to kind of keep things under tension. Been using a lot of DR strings lately. They're a great American string brand, along with a few other companies. There are a lot of good American string companies. Nicely labeled. I guess this is the 3rd one that broke. We're going to start by putting that one back on. Now, what I do with loop-in strings on banjos, because you have to hook it around these little hooks here, and so this is always kind of tricky. So a lot of times what I do, hopefully maybe you can see this, but I'll kind of flatten the loop, I guess, like make it narrower, and then I'll give it a little bit of a pre-bend. So I'll bend it like so, like that way, and then I'll squish the loop, so that's a little bit more oblong and narrow, but you don't want to do it too much, because it kind of will make it hard to hook around the little hook. Whoop. And you got to thread this one through the hole, and then pull it through. One thing I guess I'll try to do in this process is use a little bit of graphite, and then I'm going to use it in 2 places per string. I'm going to do it on the bridge and on the nut. And the graphite lubricates the slots. Also, the act of me running the pencil through it will clean it out by pushing any debris out. I've heard violin makers do it to violins on violin bridges as well, because I guess it helps kind of compact the fibers in the slot, and I guess it makes it better for overall use. This is always tricky, hooking these loops around the end, but having bent it, sometimes you have to bend the loop a little more. This may not even be on camera. There we go. Bend it a little bit more to see if get it around that loop. And then it's never there. It's until it's like completely strung. And even through the process, it's probably going to fall off a couple times. Maybe a set of tweezers handy is a good tool. There we go. Repeat the process 4 more times. After I put this string on, I'm going to clean it a little bit with my secret formula cleaner. See if we can clean up some of this black stuff on the head. Place this one string, maybe tune it up. Try to keep everything at tension. It'll just make things easier later, trust me. Because if you've ever pulled all the strings off a banjo, you'll soon realize that you're probably going to have to tune it like 4 or 5 times to even begin to come close to being at the tuning you need to be at. All right. You can tell the new string by how shiny it is. All right, let's tune a banjo. G, that was in tune. D. Oh, I'm turning the wrong peg. I am not a banjo player. Yeah, obviously I don't play this instrument. There we go. That sounds like a banjo now. G, D, G, B, D. Cool. Now I'm going to clean some of this appears to be like, you know, finger residue from playing here with my secret formula, which is a special mixture of hydrogen and oxygen, but I won't disclose the amounts. Wow, that really did the trick. Really cleans it up. See if I can get under the strings. All right, next string. I think we'll do the little one next. Now, with my experience on banjos, if you have if you're having a problem with it staying in tune at the pitch, like guess the peg's always slipping, the gear's always slipping, you can tighten this screw. And I'm probably just going to tighten this anyway because this is a little loose. You can tighten this screw and then that'll help it kind of seat itself. Oh no, it's not a flathead. I've seen a lot of flatheads on these. This is loose. This just came right off. Look. Can't have that. Luckily it didn't lose anything. Yeah, now it's holding. That could have been bad. Remove the string. I'm going to clip the end to pull it through because it kind of knotted. There we go. Yo.
Started on it.
Yeah.
Just a regular acoustic.
Yeah, you can go ahead and do that.
I'm gonna clean it up and stuff.
Yes.
All right. We'll get this. And then I'll get the materials.
Yeah, just pull the strings off and wait till I finish this so you can use the tools I'm using. Cool. That was a Guild acoustic, but I'm gonna have my employee do that one off camera. I'm using it for this. Yeah, wait after this, please, if you don't mind. Unless you're just anxious to do it by hand, but I'll be done pretty quickly. Yeah, that went on a lot easier than the last one. Color in the slot on the bridge and the little, I don't know if you would call that a nut here. I guess the 5th string nut, maybe. I don't know. I'm sure this part has a specific name. Then again, I'm not necessarily doing these videos as like a how-to or demonstration. This is basically trying to open this up as more of like a discussion. So while I string instruments, you can watch me string it, and then we can discuss music things. I can answer questions about gear or the store, or about strings, or even just music, until I start getting some questions in. Guess this is just where it'll have to be. It slipped out of the end and out of the hole. Banjo fun. I have to start over. Back through. I don't know. There's probably a special tool or something that helps keeps these loops on, or maybe a little trick. Maybe there's like something I can wedge under there to help hold the loop on. I'm just gonna have to do it and keep tension. These are tricky. There we go. saw that, comment. Obviously not a banjo player. This is slipping, so I'm going to tighten this up. There we go. There we go. Oh, that F sharp made it like a major 7 chord. That almost... This one keeps slipping. If it keeps slipping, we tighten it. Tighten the screw. All right, 3 more strings. What we're going to do, this D string next. String 4. Loosen. A top secret formula cleaned this pretty well. Again, pinch the loop. These are smooth jaw pliers. That's the reason I chose these, so I don't alter the integrity of the string. But I do use it to give myself a leg up on the stringing these. These are kind of tricky. Kind of the same thing with mandolins too. Mandolins have a very similar tailpiece, or at least in terms of the way like the loops hook around it. And so I do the same thing on mandolin. I'm going to get the pencil that I dropped in here and color the slots in. Yeah, it's a good idea to do the bridges too on these when you use a pencil. Same thing on mandolin, same thing on the orchestral strings. You can find these products on the website. There, it slipped again. And it slipped all the way out again. Banjo fun on a Tuesday. I'm going to back that out and restart it. So on the site, there are items that I use you can find, like, for example, the banjo strings. We sell those off the website, afterthoughtsmusicstudio.com. We sell the Snark tuners. We sell the Power Preg Pros, but I'm out of them right now. Also, one thing I've learned in the course of stringing instruments and working on banjos is that there are that the 4 and 5 string banjos take different strings, different sets. A 4-string banjo is a tenor banjo, and it's not the same set of strings, and it's not tuned the same way as a 5-string banjo. And also, if you try to use the 5-string set on the 4-string, it doesn't work out great. So be wary of that. A 4-string banjo, if you have a 4-string banjo, it's probably a tenor banjo. And I think even the scale length is different on those. I don't even think they're the same scale length. Like, I guess it can't be the same because of I don't know. Maybe I'm not sure of that, but that slipped. Is it still on? It's still on though. There we go. Okay. My friend always had this joke. It's a silly joke. It was how do you tune a banjo? Throw it in the trash. Just randomly throw shade at banjos. I guess the point of that joke. I know at least he'll laugh if he sees this. You know who you are. Couple more strings left. Wonder if I'm gonna have to do this one twice. Yo.
Using the pin holder by chance?
Pin holder. Oh no. You can use it.
I just took them off by the hammer. Are you gonna use any of these cleaning stuff?
No, you can use it. I'm done with the rag too.
You want me to refret it as well?
Oh, clean the fret. That's not refretting. This is cleaning. Like refretting, no. Did you charge him? There you go. Speaking of refrets and Ibanez, that one's long overdue. Need to finish that one. I might do that one in parts because that takes a long time to complete that. That's probably like another 3 hours I need to put into that neck to make it. Put the frets on it, and I've already started. Refretting's kind of a chore, but that's coming up down the pipeline eventually. I don't know when. That's I own that guitar, so that can just stay here. That's not a customer's. That one has a floating bridge on it. I'll show you the body in a second. And then that one's going to take... I'm going to tune that one to D standard. Here's the body. A little dusty. But I need to finish the neck and put it all back together. I didn't intend on refretting that, but I traded that guitar for another one, and then I was setting it up, and I noticed it had a high fret, and so as I went to kind of hammer the fret in, I dented it, and then the frets were pretty soft on it, so after denting the fret, I was kind of like, well, this isn't good, so I made the decision to like refret it, put some good frets on it. What I should have done in that case, and you live, you learn, I should have pulled the neck off and used the fret press to press it back in, because the fret press wouldn't have dented the fret, and then it would have been together and strung up and, you know, either you know, at home where I'm using it, or be on the shelf as another guitar for sale. But no, damaged that fret, and so now I'm gonna refret. I didn't like the frets on it; they were really soft. Obviously, I dented it with a brass tool. Did not know you can dent frets like that, and I found out the hard way. So when in doubt, take the extra step, pull the neck off, and then if you have like a fret press, press it. You'll get a better result and probably save yourself a headache. I guess I suppose I didn't have to refret the whole neck. I could have replaced just the one fret, but nah, that's no fun. I was kind of setting this guitar up for myself. D standard with the set of DR high beam 11s. It was going to be like, you know, a metal guitar. Did I color the slots in on that one? Oh, I think I did. Did I? I guess no, maybe I didn't. There we go.
Thing that you use to push the tins out.
Last string. Yeah, if you pull all the strings off, you got to put all the tension back on for the head to finally seat in and reach equilibrium with the rest of the instrument. And then you'll have to retune and retune and retune and retune. So if you do it one string at a time, there's always constant tension on it, so you don't have to fight it later. But who knows? Maybe I should time myself doing it both ways and see if it really actually saves time. I guess in order to do that, I would have to have two banjos. So I don't want to just rip the strings off of one to, you know, I don't want to waste a set of strings just to do it. Or maybe I do. If I get the demand for it from the public, I'll do it. All right. This is that string, right? Yeah. Pre-bent and everything. Shout out to all the banjo players out there. Although I will say one of the best concerts I've went to was Bela Fleck. Outstanding banjo player. That was a great show. So yeah, if you're up to it, you can check out the website and then contact us, ask us questions about any of the products, or even if if I see the demand out there, I'll do reviews on products that we sell, or even products that maybe we don't sell and should sell, or products that aren't on the website that we sell. All right. One last tune, clip them, tune again. I think that'll be a wrap. One thing I always tell my students when I'm teaching them about tuning is never tune the machine, never turn the tuner unless you can actually hear the string. Because you want to be able to hear the change you're making. Now, you've seen me earlier grab the wrong peg to turn it, and the reason I didn't damage anything is because I was listening to the instrument while I was trying to tune it. I never turn these without actually hearing the string. Well, not purposely. I did accident earlier once, but I knew I was doing something wrong because as I was turning it, I wasn't hearing a change. So always I keep the string activated or sounding as I tune while I turn the tuner. I never turn this without the string playing. And if you kind of follow that, save you from breaking strings, or even some cases harming instruments. Clip the excess. One tune, last tune. Now I can't really play banjo, but thanks for watching.